Sometimes we receive information that feels like intuitive guidance, but we hesitate to act on it. We know that we need to take the intuitive guidance seriously, but we just can't get ourselves to take action. And that hesitation creates inner conflict. And I guess nobody wants to have inner conflict. To take action more easily or to take action at all, first we need to make sure about the source of the information we have received. Is this information coming from our inner being or the divine, or is this information coming from the ego? When we are sure about the source of information we have received, we may still have some resistance toward taking action. I'm going to talk about that a bit later in the video. But first, we need to make sure about the source of this information. When that information comes from our inner being, it feels like it comes from a more quiet, a deeper place within us. In my experience, the big sign that shows this information is coming to me from my inner being is that it feels more like a gentle nod. It feels like an invitation rather than a forceful you have to, you should, or you must. When something feels like pressuring, fearful, or urgent, that's a big sign that it's not coming from your inner being and it's coming from the ego. Because your inner being never demands or force, it offers. Imagine that you get a hunch or receive information to call someone that you haven't talked to for a long time. If this guidance comes to you with a sense of openness and peace, then it means that it's coming from your inner being and you need to take action and call that person. But if it's coming wrapped up in anxiety, guilt, or fear, with thoughts like, if I don't call this person, they're gonna think that I don't care about them. Or if I don't call this person, then they are gonna cut me out of their lives completely, or similar thoughts, then that information or that hunch is coming from the ego and not your inner being. When the intuition truly comes from your inner being, it doesn't feel like you need to move mountains to take action. Yes, you might feel a little bit of hesitation and fear, and that's natural, or at least I think that's natural. But deep down, you have this sense of clarity and knowing. If the action feels like a struggle, if it feels like you need a bulldozer to push yourself to take action, then that means that you are not ready for that action. And not being ready for that action, it's a big sign that that information is not coming from the divine or your inner being. Because your inner being doesn't usually ask you to do something when you are not ready for it. When you are ready for, you're kind of ready, not 100%, you're kind of ready for doing something, then you receive that intuitive information. And it feels like a natural next step. Here is a video that can help you recognize your inner voice from the voice of the ego. Let's say now we are sure about the source of intuitive information that we have received, and we know that it's coming from our inner being. But as soon as we receive this information, the ego gets involved right away, and it starts questioning, doubting, and analyzing the information we have received with the thoughts like, this information doesn't make any sense, or what if it doesn't work out, or I don't think I can do this. The ego is not comfortable with whatever that it cannot understand or it cannot control. So it creates resistance, and that's why we have resistance to our taking action. It may even trick us into thinking that we are confused while we know what to do. We are most of the time just scared, and because of the mental and emotional patterns that we have. And in the moments when the ego is offering those questions, asking the right questions can help. You can ask yourself, why am I hesitating? What is the belief or the thought behind my hesitation? And is that true? With questioning what your ego offered before, you get to see the reason behind your hesitation. And the reason usually is your mental and emotional patterns. And when you realize that, they lose their power over you, and taking action becomes the natural next step for you. If you are still stuck and can't take action, don't fight the resistance. Just observe it. Notice the fear, the doubt, or whatever that comes up, but don't accept them as the truth. Don't go with them. Just watch them like you are watching the clouds passing in the sky. Allow yourself to feel whatever that comes up without any judgment. And as you stay present with your mental and emotional patterns, they lose their grip. Your awareness gradually, or sometimes overnight, dissolves the resistance, and then you can take action. This is the process that I usually use. You can use any process or techniques to release that resistance and take action, whatever that works for you. Whatever you do, just don't worry that you miss the chance to take action immediately. Because as you continue aligning with your inner being or the divine, you are going to receive more and even updated information, and you can take action for those information that you receive. That's one of the ego's tricks, to make you feel regretful or fearful, telling you that, oh, you missed the chance to take action immediately. That's not the case. There is abundance of guidance available to you when you are ready for it. It may not come in the form or in the time that your mind or your ego expects. It's going to come in the right time, and it's going to come in the form that it needs to come. Sending you all my love. I hope this helped you. Until next time.